Did you know that some plants can count, communicate, and even eat animals? In this video, we're counting down 100 amazing plant facts that will change the way you see the world around you. Plants can communicate with each other. Although plants do not speak or make sounds like animals, they are capable of communicating in remarkable ways. When certain plants are attacked by insects, they release chemical compounds into the air that warn nearby plants of the danger. In response, neighboring plants may begin producing defensive chemicals that make their leaves less appealing to hungry insects. Some plants also communicate through underground networks formed by beneficial fungi connected to their roots. These fungal networks allow plants to exchange nutrients and chemical signals across surprisingly long distances. Scientists continue to study these complex interactions, revealing that forests and grasslands are far more connected than they once believed. Bamboo is one of the fastest-growing plants on Earth. Bamboo is famous for its extraordinary growth rate. Under ideal conditions, some species can grow more than 90 centimeters in a single day, making bamboo one of the fastest-growing plants ever recorded. Unlike trees, bamboo belongs to the grass family and grows from underground stems called rhizomes. These rhizomes continuously produce new shoots that quickly reach their full height before developing leaves. Bamboo is an important resource for both wildlife and people, providing food, building materials, paper, furniture, and even textiles. Its rapid growth and ability to regenerate after harvesting make it one of the world's most sustainable, natural resources. Venus flytraps count before they close. The Venus flytrap is one of the world's best-known carnivorous plants, but it does not snap shut every time something touches it. Tiny trigger hairs inside each trap must usually be touched twice within a short period before the leaves rapidly close. This clever system helps the plant avoid wasting energy on raindrops, falling leaves, or other objects that are not suitable prey. Once an insect is trapped and continues moving, the trap seals tightly while digestive enzymes break down the prey. By obtaining nutrients from insects, Venus flytraps survive in nutrient-poor soils where many other plants struggle to grow. Some trees can live for thousands of years. Certain tree species are among the longest-living organisms on Earth. Bristlecone pines growing in the mountains of western North America have survived for nearly 5,000 years, meaning some living trees today were already ancient when the pyramids of Egypt were built. These remarkable trees grow slowly in harsh environments where cold temperatures, dry conditions, and poor soils reduce competition from other plants. Their dense wood and slow growth help them resist disease, insects, and decay. By studying their annual growth rings, scientists gain valuable information about ancient climates and environmental changes stretching back thousands of years. Flowers use color to attract pollinators. The bright colors of flowers are not simply beautiful. They serve an important purpose. Many flowering plants have evolved vivid petals that attract pollinators such as bees, butterflies, birds, and beetles. Different pollinators are drawn to different colors, shapes, and scents, helping plants maximize their chances of successful pollination. Some flowers even display ultraviolet patterns that are invisible to humans but easily seen by bees, guiding them directly toward nectar. As pollinators move from flower to flower, they transfer pollen that allows plants to produce seeds. This partnership has shaped the evolution of flowering plants for millions of years. Mangrove trees thrive in salt water. Most trees cannot survive in salty environments, but mangroves have evolved specialized adaptations that allow them to flourish along tropical coastlines. Some species filter salt from seawater before it enters their roots, while others remove excess salt through their leaves. Their tangled root systems anchor them firmly in muddy shorelines while protecting coastlines from erosion and storm damage. These roots also provide shelter for countless fish, crabs, birds, and other wildlife. Mangrove forests rank among the world's most productive ecosystems, supporting both marine life and coastal communities while storing significant amounts of carbon in their soils. Sunflowers follow the sun while growing. Young sunflower plants display a behavior known as heliotropism, gradually turning their flower buds and leaves to follow the sun from east to west during the day. At night, they slowly rotate back toward the east in preparation for sunrise. This movement allows developing plants to receive maximum sunlight, promoting faster growth and increased photosynthesis. Once the flowers mature, they usually stop moving and remain facing east, which helps warm the blossoms more quickly in the morning. The warmer flowers often attract more pollinating insects, improving the plant's chances of producing healthy seeds for the next generation. Mosses help create new soil. Mosses are among the simplest land plants, yet they perform an essential role in many ecosystems. They often colonize bare rocks and other harsh surfaces where few plants can survive. Over time, mosses trap dust, organic matter, and moisture while gradually breaking down rock through physical and chemical processes. As the mosses die and decompose, they contribute organic material that forms the beginnings of new soil. This developing soil eventually becomes suitable for grasses, shrubs, and trees. In this way, mosses help transform barren landscapes into environments capable of supporting increasingly diverse plant communities. Orchids have remarkably specialized pollination strategies. Orchids are one of the largest families of flowering plants, and many species rely on highly specialized pollination methods. Some orchids produce scents that closely resemble the chemical signals released by female insects. Male insects attracted by the scent attempt to mate with the flower, accidentally collecting pollen in the process. Other orchids mimic the appearance of nectar-producing flowers despite offering no reward at all. These remarkable strategies allow orchids to attract specific pollinators while reducing competition with other flowering plants. Such close relationships between orchids and their pollinators have evolved over millions of years. Cacti store water for long dry periods. Cacti are perfectly adapted for surviving in deserts where rainfall is scarce and unpredictable. Their thick, fleshy stems store large amounts of water collected during rare rainstorms, allowing the plants to survive months or even years of drought. Instead of broad leaves, most cacti possess sharp spines that reduce water loss while protecting the plant from hungry animals. Their waxy outer coating further slows evaporation, and many species open their pores only at night to reduce moisture loss. These remarkable adaptations have enabled cacti to thrive in some of the harshest environments found anywhere on Earth. Trees can improve local air quality. Trees contribute to cleaner air by absorbing carbon dioxide during photosynthesis while releasing oxygen into the atmosphere. Their leaves also capture tiny airborne particles such as dust, pollen, and pollution, preventing some of these materials from remaining suspended in the air. In cities, large numbers of trees can help reduce temperatures by providing shade and releasing water vapor through their leaves. Cooler temperatures may reduce the formation of certain types of air pollution during hot weather. Although trees cannot eliminate pollution entirely, healthy forests and urban green spaces provide important environmental benefits for both wildlife and people. Ferns reproduce without flowers or seeds. Unlike most familiar garden plants, ferns do not produce flowers, fruits, or seeds. Instead, they reproduce using microscopic spores that develop in tiny clusters on the undersides of their leaves. When conditions are suitable, the spores are released into the air and carried by the wind to new locations. If a spore lands in a moist environment, it develops into a small, heart-shaped structure that eventually produces a new fern. This ancient reproductive strategy has allowed ferns to survive for hundreds of millions of years, making them some of the oldest groups of land plants still living today. Some seeds can remain dormant for decades. Many plant seeds possess an extraordinary ability to remain alive without growing until conditions become favorable. During dormancy, the seed's metabolism slows dramatically, allowing it to survive drought, cold winters, or other challenging conditions. Some seeds germinate after only a few weeks, while others may remain dormant for decades before finally sprouting. Factors such as temperature, moisture, sunlight, fire, or even passing through an animal's digestive system may trigger germination. This remarkable adaptation increases the chances that young plants emerge only when they have the best opportunity to survive and grow successfully. Water lilies float with the help of air-filled tissues. Water lilies thrive in ponds and lakes thanks to specialized tissues filled with tiny air spaces inside their leaves and stems. These air-filled structures provide buoyancy, allowing the large leaves to float on the water's surface, where they receive abundant sunlight for photosynthesis. Floating leaves also reduce competition with underwater plants while providing shade that helps regulate water temperature below. Their broad surfaces create resting places for frogs, insects, and other small animals. Long, flexible stems connect the floating leaves to roots anchored securely in the muddy bottom beneath the water. Redwood trees are among the tallest living organisms. Coast redwoods growing along the Pacific coast of North America include the tallest known trees on Earth, with some individuals exceeding 100 meters in height. These towering giants achieve such enormous size through centuries of continuous growth in cool, foggy environments. Their thick bark protects them from fire, insects, and disease, while extensive root systems help stabilize the trees despite their incredible height. Redwood forests create unique ecosystems that support countless birds, mammals, insects, fungi, and other plants. Walking beneath these enormous trees offers a glimpse into one of the planet's most impressive natural landscapes. Plants produce their own food using sunlight. Unlike animals, plants manufacture their own food through photosynthesis. Inside tiny structures called chloroplasts, sunlight provides the energy needed to combine water absorbed by the roots with carbon dioxide from the air. This process produces sugars that fuel the plant's growth while releasing oxygen as a byproduct. Photosynthesis supports nearly all life on Earth because it forms the foundation of most food chains and supplies much of the oxygen required by animals. Every forest, grassland, and garden depends on countless plants continuously converting sunlight into the energy that sustains entire ecosystems. Pitcher plants create natural insect traps. Pitcher plants are carnivorous species that capture insects using specialized leaves shaped like deep containers. Bright colors, sweet nectar, and attractive scents lure insects toward the opening. Once inside, slippery surfaces and downward-pointing hairs make escape extremely difficult. The trapped insects eventually fall into a pool of digestive fluids where nutrients are broken down and absorbed by the plant. Like other carnivorous plants, pitcher plants evolved this unusual feeding strategy because they grow in soils that contain very little nitrogen and other essential nutrients needed for healthy growth. Deciduous trees shed their leaves to survive winter. Many trees growing in temperate climates lose their leaves every autumn in preparation for winter. By shedding their leaves, deciduous trees greatly reduce water loss during seasons when frozen soil limits water absorption through the roots. Before the leaves fall, valuable nutrients are withdrawn and stored inside the trunk and branches for use during the following spring. The brilliant colors of autumn appear because green chlorophyll breaks down, revealing yellow, orange, and red pigments that were previously hidden. This annual cycle allows deciduous trees to survive changing seasons year after year. Rainforest plants compete for sunlight. In tropical rainforests, sunlight is one of the most valuable resources because the dense canopy blocks much of the light from reaching the forest floor. As a result, many plants have evolved creative strategies for reaching brighter conditions. Some grow rapidly towards small openings in the canopy, while climbing vines use nearby trees as natural supports. Epiphytes such as many orchids and bromeliads grow directly on tree branches high above the ground, gaining access to sunlight without harming their host trees. These diverse growth strategies allow countless plant species to coexist within crowded rainforest environments. Plants form the foundation of nearly every food chain. Almost every ecosystem on Earth depends on plants as primary producers. Through photosynthesis, plants convert sunlight into stored chemical energy that becomes available to herbivores when they feed on leaves, seeds, fruits, or stems. Carnivores then obtain energy by feeding on herbivores, while decomposers recycle nutrients back into the soil after organisms die. Without plants continuously capturing energy from sunlight, most food chains would collapse. In addition to providing food, plants produce oxygen, stabilize soils, regulate climate, and create habitats that support millions of species, making them among the most important living organisms on the planet. Some plants can eat animals. Although plants are usually thought of as organisms that provide food for others, some species have evolved the ability to capture and digest animals. Carnivorous plants develop this unusual strategy because they often grow in environments where the soil lacks important nutrients such as nitrogen. Instead of relying only on their roots, they obtain additional nutrients by trapping insects and other small creatures. Venus flytraps, pitcher plants, sundews, and bladderworts all use different methods to capture prey. These adaptations demonstrate the incredible flexibility of plant evolution, showing that plants can survive in challenging environments by developing completely unexpected ways of obtaining resources. The giant sequoia is one of the largest trees on Earth. Giant sequoias are among the most massive living organisms ever discovered. These enormous trees can grow taller than many buildings and develop trunks wide enough to create natural tunnels through their bases. Their incredible size comes from centuries of growth in the mountains of California, where cool temperatures, abundant water, and nutrient-rich soils provide ideal conditions. Their thick, fibrous bark helps protect them from fire and insects, while their extensive root systems keep them stable. Some giant sequoias have survived for more than 3,000 years, witnessing countless generations of human history while continuing to grow. Plants use roots to explore their environment. Roots do much more than simply hold plants in place. They constantly grow through the soil, searching for water, minerals, and nutrients needed for survival. Root systems can sense changes in moisture levels, chemical conditions, and even obstacles such as rocks or competing plants. Some roots grow deeper to reach underground water supplies, while others spread widely near the surface to collect nutrients from rainfall and decomposing organic matter. Through complex interactions with fungi and microorganisms, roots create underground communities that help plants obtain resources more efficiently. The hidden world beneath the soil is one of the most active parts of plant life. The corpse flower has one of the strongest smells in nature. The corpse flower is famous for producing one of the most unpleasant smells in the plant kingdom. When it blooms, it releases a powerful odor often compared to rotting meat. This unusual strategy helps attract pollinators such as beetles and flies that normally visit decaying animals. The plant's large flower structure, dark colors, and strong scent create the illusion of a dead animal, encouraging these insects to investigate. Because corpse flowers may take many years to bloom and remain open for only a short time, their flowering events often attract large crowds of visitors and scientists interested in studying this rare phenomenon. Plants can defend themselves against predators. Plants may seem helpless against animals that eat them, but many have developed impressive defense systems. Some produce bitter chemicals that make their leaves unpleasant or poisonous to herbivores. Others grow thorns, spines, or tough outer coverings that discourage feeding. Certain plants can even release airborne chemicals when attacked, attracting insects that prey on the animals, causing damage. These defenses do not allow plants to escape danger, but they reduce the chances of being completely destroyed. Over millions of years, plants and herbivores have evolved in a constant battle of adaptation and counter-adaptation. The oldest known plants changed Earth's atmosphere. Early plants played a major role in transforming Earth from a planet with very little oxygen into the oxygen-rich environment that supports modern life. Ancient photosynthetic organisms gradually released oxygen as they captured energy from sunlight. Over enormous periods of time, this process changed the composition of the atmosphere and allowed more complex life forms to evolve. Later land plants further increased oxygen levels while also creating new habitats on continents. Without these ancient plant ancestors, the planet would look completely different today, and many of the animals that now exist would never have developed. Lotus flowers can keep themselves clean. Lotus leaves have a remarkable ability to repel water, dirt, and microorganisms through a phenomenon known as the lotus effect. The surface of the leaf contains microscopic structures covered with a waxy coating that prevents water from spreading out. Instead, water forms droplets that roll across the leaf, collecting dust and debris as they move. This natural self-cleaning ability helps keep the leaf surface clear for efficient photosynthesis. Scientists have studied lotus leaves while developing water-resistant materials, coatings, and surfaces inspired by this unusual plant adaptation. Some plants depend on fire to reproduce. While wildfires can destroy many living organisms, certain plants have evolved to use fire as part of their life cycle. Some species produce seeds protected by hard coverings that only open after exposure to heat. Others release seeds more effectively after surrounding vegetation has been burned away, reducing competition for young seedlings. Fire can also return nutrients to the soil and create open spaces where new plants can grow. In ecosystems where natural fires occur regularly, these plants depend on carefully balanced fire cycles for successful reproduction and long-term survival. Bamboo can grow from underground networks. Bamboo does not rely only on individual stems to spread. Many species expand through underground stems called rhizomes, which can produce new shoots far away from the original plant. These underground networks allow bamboo forests to spread rapidly and recover quickly after damage. When one bamboo stem is harvested or broken, the connected root system can often produce new growth without needing to start from a seed. This ability makes bamboo highly resilient and contributes to its reputation as one of the fastest-growing and most renewable plant resources on Earth. Some trees communicate through underground fungal networks. Beneath many forests exists a hidden network where tree roots connect with fungi in mutually beneficial relationships. The fungi attach themselves to roots and help trees absorb water and minerals from the soil. In exchange, the trees provide sugars produced through photosynthesis. These fungal networks can also allow chemical signals and nutrients to move between plants. Scientists have discovered that some trees may transfer resources to younger or stressed neighbors through these underground connections. This complex system reveals that forests are not simply collections of individual trees but interconnected communities sharing resources and information. Coffee plants produce seeds we turn into coffee beans. The coffee beans used to make one of the world's most popular beverages are actually seeds found inside the fruits of coffee plants. These fruits, sometimes called coffee cherries, develop on small evergreen shrubs that grow in tropical regions around the world. After harvesting, the outer fruit layers are removed, leaving behind the seeds that are roasted and transformed into coffee. Coffee plants rely on insects for pollination and require specific temperatures, rainfall patterns, and soil conditions to grow successfully. Changes in climate can therefore have a significant impact on coffee production worldwide. Some plants move faster than you expect. Although plants are generally associated with slow growth, some movements happen surprisingly quickly. The Venus flytrap can close its leaves in less than a second when it detects suitable prey. The sensitive plant, also known as Mimosa pudica, folds its leaves within seconds when touched as a defense against herbivores. Some flowers open rapidly when exposed to sunlight or changes in temperature. These movements are powered by changes in water pressure inside plant cells rather than muscles like animals use. These examples show that plants are far more dynamic and responsive than they appear. The baobab tree can store thousands of liters of water. Baobab trees are iconic plants of African landscapes and are famous for their enormous swollen trunks. These trunks act as natural water storage systems, allowing the trees to survive long dry seasons. During rainy periods, the tree absorbs and stores large amounts of water inside its tissues, which can later be used during drought. Their unusual shape gives them the appearance of trees growing upside down, especially when their branches are bare. Baobabs also provide food, shelter, and nesting sites for many animals, making them essential parts of the ecosystems where they grow. Grasslands depend on deep plant roots. Grassland plants often survive in environments where rainfall is unpredictable and fires occur regularly. Many grasses develop extensive underground root systems that allow them to access water deep in the soil and quickly recover after damage. Even when the visible parts of the plant are eaten by grazing animals or destroyed by fire, the underground roots remain alive and can produce new growth. These deep roots also help prevent soil erosion by holding soil particles together. Healthy grasslands support countless animals and play an important role in storing carbon underground. Some plants can trap and store animals' remains. Certain plants use unusual methods to obtain nutrients from their surroundings. While carnivorous plants actively capture insects, some other plants benefit from the remains of animals that become trapped near them. For example, plants growing near bird colonies may absorb nutrients from animal waste and decomposing organic material. These nutrient-rich environments can support plant growth in places where normal soil conditions are poor. This demonstrates how plants have evolved many different strategies for obtaining essential resources beyond simply absorbing minerals from ordinary soil. The largest flower in the world can be over 1 meter wide. The Rafflesia flower produces one of the largest individual flowers on Earth, with some blooms growing more than a meter across. Unlike most plants, Rafflesia does not have normal leaves, stems, or roots. Instead, it lives as a parasite inside certain rainforest vines, absorbing nutrients from its host. When it blooms, it produces a powerful odor resembling rotting meat to attract flies that help with pollination. The flower is rare, difficult to cultivate, and remains open for only a few days. Its unusual biology makes it one of the most fascinating plants in tropical forests. Plants can survive extreme cold. Many plants have evolved specialized adaptations that allow them to survive freezing temperatures. Some produce natural antifreeze-like compounds that protect their cells from ice damage. Others lose their leaves and enter a dormant state during winter, reducing their energy needs until warmer conditions return. Arctic and alpine plants often grow close to the ground to avoid strong winds and conserve heat. These adaptations allow vegetation to survive in environments where temperatures can drop far below freezing for long periods. Pine trees produce seeds inside cones. Pine trees reproduce using cones rather than flowers or fruits. Female cones contain seeds that develop beneath protective scales, while male cones produce pollen that is carried by the wind. Once pollination occurs, the seeds slowly mature inside the cone until they are released, often carried away by wind to new locations. Some pine seeds have wings that help them travel farther from the parent tree. This reproductive strategy has allowed pine trees to spread across a wide range of environments, from cold northern forests to dry mountain regions. Plants have shaped human civilization. Plants have influenced human history in countless ways. They provide food, medicine, clothing fibers, building materials, fuel, and many other resources essential for societies around the world. The development of agriculture thousands of years ago allowed humans to settle permanently, create cities, and build civilizations. Crops such as wheat, rice, corn, and potatoes have supported billions of people throughout history. Even today, plants remain central to technology, industry, and environmental protection. Human civilization would not exist in its current form without the countless benefits provided by the plant kingdom. Trees can share nutrients with each other. Forests are not just collections of separate trees competing for resources. Through underground connections between roots and fungi, trees can exchange nutrients, water, and chemical signals with nearby plants. Larger, older trees may provide resources to younger seedlings growing in shaded areas where sunlight is limited. These underground partnerships are created through mycorrhizal networks, where fungi connect with plant roots and act like a natural communication system. Scientists continue studying these relationships because they reveal that forests function as complex communities rather than isolated individuals. This hidden cooperation helps maintain healthier ecosystems and improves the survival chances of many plant species. The Welwitschia plant can live for more than 1,000 years. Welwitschia is one of the strangest plants on Earth and survives in one of the harshest environments, the Namib Desert. Instead of growing many leaves like most plants, it produces only 2 long leaves that continue growing throughout its entire life. Over centuries, these leaves become twisted and torn by wind, sometimes creating the appearance of many separate leaves. Welwitschia can survive for more than 1,000 years by collecting moisture from coastal fog and adapting to extreme dryness. Its unusual structure demonstrates how plants can evolve extraordinary solutions for surviving in environments where water is extremely limited. Peanuts grow underground. Although peanuts are often considered nuts, they are actually legumes related to beans and peas. Their unusual growth pattern begins above the soil when the plant produces small yellow flowers. After pollination, Special stems called pegs grow downward and push the developing pods beneath the ground. The peanut seeds then mature safely underground, protected from many animals and environmental challenges. This unique reproductive strategy separates peanuts from most other crops, whose fruits develop above the soil. The ability to produce underground seeds has helped peanuts become an important food crop around the world. Some plants can clone themselves. Many plants have the ability to reproduce without seeds by creating genetically identical copies of themselves. This process, known as vegetative reproduction, allows plants to spread quickly when conditions are favorable. New plants may grow from underground stems, roots, leaves, or specialized structures. Strawberries produce runners that create new plants nearby, while potatoes grow from underground tubers containing buds that can develop into new plants. Cloning allows successful plant varieties to survive and expand without needing pollination. This strategy has been used by humans for thousands of years in agriculture and gardening. The Amazon rainforest contains thousands of plant species. The Amazon rainforest is one of the most biologically diverse places on Earth, containing an enormous variety of plant life. Scientists have identified thousands of tree species, along with countless vines, flowers, ferns, and other plants growing throughout the forest. The dense vegetation creates multiple layers, from small plants on the forest floor to towering trees forming the canopy above. These plants provide food and shelter for millions of animals while helping regulate global climate by storing carbon. Many Amazonian plants also contain chemical compounds that scientists study for potential medical uses. Aloe vera stores healing compounds inside its leaves. Aloe vera is a succulent plant famous for the gel stored inside its thick, fleshy leaves. This gel contains water, minerals, and various compounds that have made the plant popular in traditional and modern skincare products. Aloe vera survives dry environments by storing large amounts of moisture inside its tissues, allowing it to continue growing during periods of drought. The thick outer layer of the leaves protects the valuable water supply from evaporation. Although aloe vera has many traditional uses, scientists continue researching its chemical properties to better understand its potential benefits. Some plants produce natural medicines. For thousands of years, humans have used plants as sources of medicine. Many modern drugs were originally developed from chemical compounds discovered in plants. For example, compounds from willow trees contributed to the development of aspirin, while other plants have provided substances used in cancer treatments, pain relief, and heart medications. Plants produce these chemicals mainly as defenses against insects, diseases, and environmental stress. Scientists continue exploring forests and other ecosystems in search of new plant compounds that may help treat future medical conditions. The plant kingdom remains one of the world's greatest sources of chemical diversity. Desert plants can survive without rain for years. Some desert plants have evolved incredible strategies for surviving extremely long periods without rainfall. Many store water inside thick stems, leaves, or roots, allowing them to continue functioning during drought. Others have shallow but widespread root systems that quickly absorb brief rainfall events before the water disappears. Some desert seeds can remain inactive for years until enough rain arrives to support growth. These adaptations allow plants to survive in environments where temperatures are extreme and water is unpredictable. Desert ecosystems may appear empty, but many highly specialized plants thrive there. Giant water lilies can support heavy weight. The giant water lily has enormous circular leaves that can grow several meters wide. These leaves contain strong structural patterns of veins and air-filled spaces that help them float on the water surface while supporting their own weight. The underside of the leaf contains a network of sharp structures that protect it from many animals that might attempt to feed on it. Giant water lilies grow in tropical rivers and lakes, where their broad leaves capture sunlight while creating shaded areas beneath the surface. Their impressive size makes them one of the most recognizable aquatic plants in the world. Some flowers produce heat to attract pollinators. Certain plants have the unusual ability to generate heat through a process called thermogenesis. These flowers can raise their temperature above the surrounding air, helping attract pollinators such as beetles. The warmth may provide insects with a comfortable place to rest, while the flower releases strong scents that guide them toward the reproductive structures. Some plants use heat production to spread odors more effectively, increasing their chances of successful pollination. This rare adaptation demonstrates the complex relationships that have evolved between plants and the animals that help them reproduce. Mangrove forests protect coastlines. Mangrove forests act as natural barriers along tropical coastlines, reducing the impact of waves, storms, and rising seas. Their dense root systems trap sediments and stabilize shorelines while creating nurseries for young fish, crabs, and many other marine species. These forests also store large amounts of carbon in their trees and waterlogged soils, helping regulate Earth's climate. Despite growing in challenging environments with saltwater and shifting tides, mangroves support some of the most productive ecosystems on the planet. Their protection is essential for both wildlife and human communities living near tropical coasts. Some plants have seeds that explode. Certain plants use explosive methods to spread their seeds over greater distances. As the seed pods dry, tension builds within the plant tissues until they suddenly split open, launching seeds away from the parent plant. This strategy helps reduce competition because new plants can grow in different locations rather than directly beside the original plant. Some species can throw seeds several meters away using only stored mechanical energy. These explosive seed dispersal methods show how plants have evolved creative ways to move their offspring without the ability to walk or fly. Oak trees support hundreds of species. Oak trees are considered ecosystem engineers because they provide food and shelter for an enormous variety of organisms. Their acorns feed squirrels, birds, deer, and many other animals, while their branches and bark support insects, fungi, lichens, and nesting birds. A mature oak tree can host hundreds of different species throughout its lifetime. Fallen oak leaves also contribute nutrients to forest soils as they decompose. Because of their ecological importance, oak forests support complex food webs and help maintain biodiversity in many regions around the world. Plants can sense gravity. Plants have a remarkable ability to detect gravity and adjust their growth direction accordingly. Roots usually grow downward into the soil, while stems grow upward towards sunlight. Specialized cells within plant tissues contain tiny structures that move in response to gravity, helping the plant determine which direction it should grow. This process, called gravitropism, allows roots to find water and nutrients while ensuring leaves receive enough sunlight for photosynthesis. Even without a nervous system, plants continuously gather information from their surroundings and adjust their growth patterns. The Venus flytrap uses electricity to move. The Venus flytrap does not have muscles, but it can still move rapidly by using changes in electrical signals and water pressure within its cells. When trigger hairs inside the trap are touched, electrical signals spread through the leaf tissue, causing cells to rapidly change shape. This movement forces the two sides of the trap to snap shut around prey. The process is similar to how some animal movements rely on electrical signals, although plants use completely different mechanisms. This ability makes the Venus flytrap one of the most fascinating examples of movement in the plant kingdom. Coral reefs depend on algae for survival. Although coral reefs are created by animals, many corals depend heavily on microscopic algae living inside their tissues. These algae use sunlight to produce energy through photosynthesis and share some of that energy with the coral host. In return, the algae receive protection and access to materials needed for photosynthesis. This partnership allows coral reefs to thrive in nutrient-poor tropical waters. When environmental stress causes corals to lose their algae, a process known as bleaching occurs, weakening the reef ecosystem. This relationship demonstrates how closely plants and plant-like organisms can influence marine environments. Some plants grow on other plants without harming them. Many plants called epiphytes grow on other plants for support but do not steal nutrients from their hosts. Orchids, bromeliads, and certain ferns often attach themselves to tree branches high above the forest floor, where they gain better access to sunlight and rainfall. Their roots absorb moisture from the air and collect nutrients from trapped organic material. Unlike parasites, epiphytes do not damage the trees they grow upon. This strategy allows plants to survive in crowded forests where reaching sunlight on the ground can be extremely difficult. Seeds can travel across oceans. Plants have developed many creative methods for spreading their seeds, including the ability to travel across oceans. Some seeds are lightweight and designed to float, allowing ocean currents to carry them to distant islands and coastlines. Coconut palms are a famous example, with large seeds protected by fibrous coverings that help them survive long journeys across saltwater. Other plants use wind, animals, or birds to transport seeds far from the parent plant. Long-distance seed dispersal has allowed plants to colonize new environments and spread across the planet over millions of years. Forests help control Earth's climate. Forests play a major role in regulating Earth's climate by absorbing carbon dioxide during photosynthesis and storing carbon in their wood, leaves, and soils. Large forests influence rainfall patterns, temperatures, and water cycles by releasing moisture into the atmosphere through transpiration. They also provide habitats for countless species and protect soils from erosion. When forests are destroyed, stored carbon can return to the atmosphere, contributing to climate change. Protecting forests is therefore important not only for biodiversity but also for maintaining the environmental systems that support life on Earth. Some plants can survive without soil. While most plants grow in soil, certain species have adapted to live without it. Air plants, including many bromeliads, attach themselves to tree branches, rocks, and other surfaces while absorbing moisture and nutrients directly from the air and rain. Their specialized leaves collect water and organic particles that provide the resources needed for growth. These plants are called epiphytes because they use other structures for support without taking nutrients from their hosts. This adaptation allows them to live high above the forest floor, where sunlight is more abundant and competition for resources is reduced. The world's largest tree is also one of the oldest. A single giant tree named General Sherman, a giant sequoia in California, is considered one of the largest individual trees on Earth by volume. Its enormous trunk contains thousands of cubic meters of wood and represents centuries of growth. Although it is not the tallest tree, its massive size makes it one of the most impressive living organisms ever measured. Like other giant sequoias, it has survived droughts, storms, fires, and changing climates throughout its long existence. These ancient trees provide scientists with valuable information about past environmental conditions through the study of their growth patterns. Some plants use animals as seed dispersers. Many plants depend on animals to transport their seeds to new locations. Birds, mammals, insects, and even reptiles may eat fruits containing seeds and later deposit those seeds far from the parent plant. Some seeds are protected by tough coatings that allow them to survive digestion and germinate after being released. Other seeds attach themselves to animal fur or feathers using hooks and sticky surfaces. This partnership benefits both sides. Animals receive food, while plants gain a greater chance of spreading into new areas where young plants can grow without competing directly with their parent. The Titan arum has the largest flower structure. The Titan arum, sometimes called the corpse flower, produces one of the largest flower structures in the world. Its towering bloom can reach several meters in height and produces a powerful odor similar to rotting meat. This smell attracts flies and beetles that normally visit decaying animals, allowing the plant to transfer pollen successfully. The plant spends years storing energy before producing a spectacular but short-lived bloom that may last only a few days. Because flowering events are rare and unpredictable, botanical gardens often attract large crowds whenever a Titan arum begins to bloom. Some trees release chemicals during stress. When trees experience damage from insects, drought, or physical injury, they can produce chemical compounds that help protect them. These chemicals may make leaves less attractive to herbivores or attract predators that attack plant-eating insects. Trees can also release airborne signals that warn nearby plants about threats. These responses do not involve thoughts or emotions, but are the result of complex biological systems developed through evolution. By producing defensive chemicals, trees improve their chances of surviving attacks and passing their genes to future generations. Mangrove seeds begin growing before falling. Some mangrove species use a unique reproductive strategy called vivipary, where seeds begin developing while still attached to the parent plant. Instead of falling as dormant seeds, young seedlings grow directly from the branches and develop a long structure called a propagule. When the propagule eventually drops into the water, it can float until it reaches a suitable location where it anchors itself and begins growing. This adaptation allows mangroves to reproduce successfully in unstable coastal environments where tides and waves could easily wash away ordinary seeds. Tulips once caused economic frenzies. During the 1600s, tulips became extremely valuable in parts of Europe, especially in the Netherlands. Rare tulip varieties were traded at unusually high prices, creating intense speculation around the flowers. Eventually, the market collapsed, causing many people to lose money. Although the event became known as tulip mania, tulips themselves remained popular ornamental plants and continue to be cultivated worldwide. Their fascinating history shows how plants can influence culture, economics, and human behavior far beyond their biological importance. Some plants mimic other plants for protection. Certain plants have evolved appearances that make them resemble other plants or natural objects. Some succulents resemble stones, allowing them to blend into rocky environments and avoid being eaten by herbivores. Other plants develop leaf shapes or colors that make them look less noticeable among surrounding vegetation. This type of camouflage helps plants reduce damage from animals and harsh environmental conditions. Unlike animals, plants cannot run away from danger, so many rely on disguise and chemical defenses as survival strategies. Maple trees spread seeds using helicopter-like wings. Maple trees produce seeds called samaras that have thin, wing-like structures, allowing them to spin as they fall. This spinning motion slows their descent and allows wind currents to carry them farther away from the parent tree. By spreading seeds across a wider area, maple trees reduce competition between young seedlings and increase the chances that some will find suitable conditions for growth. Children often call these seeds helicopters because of their unique spinning movement. This simple but effective design is one of nature's most recognizable examples of wind-powered seed dispersal. Some plants store food underground. Many plants survive difficult seasons by storing energy underground. Potatoes store nutrients in swollen underground stems called tubers, while carrots and beets store energy in enlarged roots. These storage structures allow plants to survive winter, drought, or periods when sunlight is limited. When conditions improve, the stored energy supports new growth, helping the plant produce leaves, flowers, and seeds. Humans have taken advantage of these natural storage systems by cultivating many underground crops that provide important sources of nutrition around the world. The sensitive plant reacts to touch. The sensitive plant, also known as Mimosa pudica, has leaves that fold inward when touched. This rapid movement occurs because specialized cells at the base of each leaflet quickly change their water pressure. Scientists believe this reaction may help protect the plant from herbivores by making it appear less attractive or exposing fewer leaves to feeding animals. The movement also helps reduce water loss during extreme conditions. Although the plant does not have a nervous system, its ability to respond quickly to physical contact demonstrates the remarkable sensitivity found throughout the plant kingdom. Some trees create their own rainfall. Large forests can influence local weather by releasing enormous amounts of water vapor into the atmosphere through a process called transpiration. Trees absorb water from the soil and release moisture through tiny openings in their leaves. In tropical forests, this moisture can contribute to cloud formation and rainfall, helping maintain the humid conditions needed by many plants and animals. This creates a cycle where forests help generate the environmental conditions that allow forests themselves to survive. The relationship between vegetation and rainfall is one reason why protecting forests is important for regional climate stability. Pine trees can survive forest fires. Although intense wildfires can destroy many plants, some pine species have evolved adaptations that allow them to survive or reproduce after fire. Thick bark protects the living tissues beneath from heat damage, while certain pine cones remain sealed until exposed to high temperatures. When fire passes through the forest, these cones may open and release seeds into nutrient-rich ash-covered soil. This strategy allows new generations of trees to grow after disturbances. Fire-adapted plants demonstrate that natural ecosystems can sometimes depend on carefully balanced cycles of destruction and renewal. Some plants eat insects underground. While many carnivorous plants trap insects above the ground, some capture tiny organisms beneath the soil. Certain bladderwort species produce underground traps that use suction to capture small creatures living in wet soil or underwater environments. These microscopic traps are among the fastest movements known in the plant world. When triggered, they rapidly create a vacuum that pulls prey inside. By capturing small organisms underground, these plants gain nutrients in environments where the soil lacks essential minerals needed for healthy growth. Flowers have evolved different shapes for different pollinators. The shape of a flower often reflects the type of animal that pollinates it. Tubular flowers may be adapted for hummingbirds or butterflies with long feeding structures, while flat flowers may attract beetles and other insects that land directly on the petals. Some flowers produce specific scents that attract certain pollinators while avoiding others. Over millions of years, plants and pollinators have influenced each other's evolution, creating incredibly specialized relationships. This process has contributed to the enormous diversity of flowering plants found around the world today. Desert plants can open their flowers at night. Many desert plants bloom at night instead of during the day. This strategy helps them conserve water by avoiding the intense heat of daytime conditions. Night-blooming flowers often produce strong scents and bright colors that attract nocturnal pollinators such as moths and bats. These animals can transfer pollen while temperatures are cooler and moisture loss is reduced. The timing of flowering demonstrates how plants adjust their behavior to match the conditions of their environment and the activity patterns of their pollination partners. Some plants can live for thousands of years. Certain plants have extraordinary lifespans that rival or exceed many animals. Some individual trees survive for thousands of years, while certain clonal plant colonies may remain genetically connected for tens of thousands of years. These long-lived organisms survive through slow growth, strong defenses, and the ability to recover from environmental challenges. Their longevity allows them to experience countless changes in climate, ecosystems, and surrounding landscapes. Studying these ancient plants helps scientists understand long-term environmental history and the remarkable endurance of life on Earth. Leaves are designed to capture maximum sunlight. Plant leaves have evolved countless shapes and arrangements to collect sunlight efficiently. Broad leaves can capture large amounts of light in shaded forests, while narrow leaves may reduce water loss in dry environments. Many plants arrange their leaves in patterns that minimize overlap, allowing more sunlight to reach each surface. Inside leaves, specialized structures transport water, exchange gases, and perform photosynthesis. These adaptations allow plants to balance the need for energy production with the challenges of temperature, moisture, and competition from neighboring plants. Plants have survived multiple mass extinctions. Plants have existed on Earth for hundreds of millions of years and have survived several periods when many other organisms disappeared. Through changing climates, volcanic events, asteroid impacts, and shifting continents, plants adapted through evolution and continued spreading into new environments. Their ability to produce energy from sunlight, reproduce in many different ways, and occupy diverse habitats has contributed to their long-term success. Modern forests, grasslands, and ecosystems are the result of countless generations of plants adapting to an ever-changing planet. Some plants can trap rainwater in their leaves. Certain plants have evolved specialized leaf structures that collect and store rainwater. Many bromeliads, which grow in tropical forests, form natural cups at the center of their leaves where water accumulates after rainfall. These tiny reservoirs become miniature ecosystems containing insects, microorganisms, and even small aquatic animals. The plant absorbs nutrients from the collected water and organic material that falls into the reservoir. This adaptation allows bromeliads to survive high above the forest floor, where their roots may have limited access to soil. By creating their own water storage systems, these plants have adapted perfectly to life in the forest canopy. The baobab tree is known as the tree of life. Baobab trees are often called the tree of life because they provide essential resources for many organisms living in dry regions of Africa and Madagascar. Their massive trunks store water during rainy seasons, helping them survive long periods of drought. Their fruits provide food for animals and humans, while their hollow branches and trunks can offer shelter to birds, insects, and other creatures. Some baobabs can live for more than 1,000 years, becoming important landmarks and cultural symbols. Their ability to survive extreme conditions demonstrates the incredible resilience of plant life. Some plants can sense nearby competition. Plants constantly respond to the presence of neighboring plants. When growing close together, some species can detect changes in available light, especially the reduced levels of certain wavelengths caused by nearby leaves blocking sunlight. In response, plants may grow taller, change the angle of their leaves, or adjust their root growth patterns to compete more effectively. These responses do not involve thoughts or decisions, but are controlled by chemical and biological signals. The ability to sense competitors helps plants survive in crowded environments where access to sunlight, water, and nutrients is limited. Rice feeds more people than almost any other crop. Rice is one of the most important food plants in human history and serves as a primary source of calories for billions of people. It grows especially well in warm, wet environments where flooded fields can support healthy plants while reducing competition from many weeds. Over thousands of years, humans have developed countless rice varieties adapted to different climates and growing conditions. Rice farming has shaped cultures, economies, and landscapes across Asia and many other regions. Today, improving rice production remains a major focus of agricultural science because of its importance to global food security. Some flowers can produce their own heat. A small number of plants have evolved the ability to generate heat inside their flowers. This process, called thermogenesis, can help attract pollinators by creating a warm environment during cold conditions. The heat may also help spread strong scents that guide insects toward the flower. Plants such as certain arum species use this strategy to attract beetles and flies that are searching for warm places or decaying material. This unusual adaptation shows that plants are capable of controlling their internal energy use in ways that support reproduction. Bamboo can help prevent soil erosion. Bamboo's extensive underground root systems make it highly effective at stabilizing soil. The dense network of rhizomes and roots holds soil particles together, reducing the risk of erosion caused by heavy rainfall, wind, and flowing water. This makes bamboo valuable for restoring damaged landscapes and protecting slopes near rivers and hillsides. In addition to preventing erosion, bamboo absorbs carbon dioxide rapidly and provides habitats for many animals. Its combination of fast growth and environmental benefits has made it an important plant for conservation and sustainable development projects. Some plants use animals as bodyguards. Certain plants form partnerships with animals that protect them from herbivores. For example, some plants provide food or shelter to ants in exchange for defense against insects and other plant-eating creatures. Ants may patrol the plant, attack threats, and remove competing vegetation nearby. These relationships are examples of mutualism, where both species benefit from working together. Over millions of years, plants and animals have evolved complex partnerships that improve survival for both sides. These interactions reveal that ecosystems are built on countless connections between different forms of life. Mosses can survive extreme dry conditions. Although mosses often grow in damp environments, many species can survive periods of extreme dryness. When water becomes unavailable, some mosses enter a dormant state called desiccation tolerance. Their metabolism slows dramatically, allowing them to remain alive while appearing completely dry. When moisture returns, they can quickly absorb water and resume normal activity. This ability allows mosses to survive in environments where many other plants cannot. Their resilience has helped them colonize deserts, mountains, rocks, and other challenging habitats around the world. Some plants have leaves that protect against fire. Certain plants have evolved leaves and bark structures that help them survive wildfires. Thick bark can protect living tissues from heat, while some leaves contain compounds that reduce water loss and damage during extreme temperatures. In fire-prone environments, Some plants even depend on fire to clear competing vegetation and create conditions suitable for new growth. These adaptations do not mean plants are unaffected by fire, but they allow certain species to recover more effectively than others. Fire-adapted plants demonstrate the close relationship between vegetation and natural disturbance cycles. The potato changed human history. The potato is one of the most influential food plants in human history. Originally domesticated in the Andes Mountains of South America, potatoes spread around the world and became an important source of nutrition because they grow well in many climates. Their ability to produce large amounts of food from relatively small areas helped support growing populations. Potatoes also played major roles in agriculture, economics, and cultural history. Today, thousands of potato varieties exist, each adapted to different environments and uses. Some plants can store carbon for centuries. Plants absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and store carbon inside their tissues as they grow. Large trees can hold enormous amounts of carbon in their trunks, branches, roots, and surrounding soils. Forests, wetlands, and grasslands act as important carbon storage systems that help regulate Earth's climate. Some carbon remains locked away for centuries or even thousands of years when plant material becomes buried or preserved. Protecting these ecosystems is an important part of maintaining natural climate balance and reducing the effects of rising atmospheric carbon dioxide. Flowers can trick pollinators without offering rewards. Some flowering plants use deception to attract pollinators. Instead of providing nectar, these plants imitate the appearance, scent, or signals of rewarding flowers or even potential mates. Certain orchids are famous for producing shapes and scents that resemble female insects, attracting males that accidentally transfer pollen. Although the pollinator receives no food reward, the plant benefits by successfully spreading its genetic material. These strategies demonstrate the incredible complexity of plant evolution and the many ways plants interact with animals. Some trees survive by growing new clones. Certain trees and shrubs can reproduce through cloning, allowing genetically identical shoots to grow from existing root systems. If the original trunk dies, the underground network may continue producing new stems for future generations. Some clonal plant colonies have survived for thousands of years because the connected root system remains alive even when individual parts are damaged. This strategy provides a powerful advantage in environments where seeds may struggle to survive. It also challenges the way scientists think about the lifespan of individual plants because one genetic organism can persist across enormous periods of time. Tomatoes are technically fruits. Botanically speaking, tomatoes are fruits because they develop from the flowering part of the plant and contain seeds. However, they are often treated as vegetables in cooking because of their flavor and common culinary uses. Tomatoes belong to the nightshade family, which also includes potatoes, peppers, and eggplants. Originally domesticated in South America, tomatoes have become one of the world's most widely grown crops. Their bright colors, flavors, and nutritional content have made them important ingredients in cuisines across the globe. Plants can adapt to urban environments. Many plants have adapted surprisingly well to cities, where conditions differ greatly from natural habitats. Urban plants may experience higher temperatures, limited soil space, pollution, and artificial lighting. Some species survive by developing deeper roots, tolerating disturbed soils, or adjusting their growth patterns. Trees planted in cities provide shade, reduce heat, improve air quality, and create habitats for wildlife. Studying urban plants helps scientists understand how life adapts to environments shaped heavily by human activity. The largest underground plant networks can cover huge areas. Some plants spread through enormous underground systems that connect many visible stems. Instead of being separate individuals, these stems may all belong to one genetically identical organism. Certain aspen tree colonies cover many hectares of land and share the same underground root system. These networks allow plants to distribute resources and survive environmental challenges more effectively. Because the visible trees may appear separate, scientists sometimes discover that an entire forest section is actually one massive organism. Some seeds are designed to travel by wind. Many plants rely on wind to transport their seeds across landscapes. Lightweight seeds may have wings, hairs, or parachute-like structures that allow them to float through the air. Dandelion seeds are a familiar example, using tiny parachute structures that catch air currents and carry them far from the parent plant. Wind dispersal allows plants to colonize new areas without needing animals to transport their offspring. This simple but effective strategy has helped countless plant species spread across continents and survive changing environments. Flowers have their own internal clocks. Many plants use internal biological clocks to control when they open flowers, release pollen, or produce scents. These daily rhythms help plants synchronize their activities with the animals that pollinate them. Some flowers open during the day to attract bees and butterflies, while others bloom at night for moths and bats. These timing systems are influenced by light, temperature, and genetic processes inside plant cells. By coordinating their behavior with the environment, plants increase their chances of successful reproduction. Plants have shaped life on Earth for hundreds of millions of years. Plants have transformed the planet in ways that have allowed countless other organisms to exist. Through photosynthesis, ancient plants and plant-like organisms helped create an oxygen-rich atmosphere. Land plants stabilized soils, created habitats, influenced climates, and provided food for expanding ecosystems. Over hundreds of millions of years, plants evolved into an enormous variety of forms, from tiny mosses to giant forests. Today, every major ecosystem depends on plants for energy, shelter, and stability. Although they cannot move or speak, plants remain some of the most powerful forces shaping life on Earth.